Hi, I'm Kristina and I am at Istanbul airport. Why am I here? Well, I'm here because I'm going to Thailand.
Hey everybody, this is Rising Nomad and we're here with Kristina.
Hi.
How you doing, Kristina?
I'm very, very well, thank you.
This is amazing because I've been, so excited to see you here and feel your experience of coming to Asia for the first time as a digital nomad. And how's it been so far?
I'm very excited and I came here last week, actually 6 days ago, and I still cannot believe I'm here. It almost feels unreal. Everything's still very new and I'm happy to explore more.
What's the overarching feeling? What's the most noticeable thing about Thailand and the way that being here makes you feel?
The most noticeable thing is the weather, of course, I think primarily, because I came from Belgrade, Serbia. It was not so cold, but it was, it was cold. It was getting dark, the winter was on its way and it was kind of getting depressing. So the first thing I noticed, was
that
the
time
weather.
of year. Yeah. Okay. So the weather, first of all, that humid sort of air that hits you the moment you get
Yes.
off the plane in Thailand. Yeah. And then what?
That's true.
Settling in.
Settling in, everything went smoothly. I think I chose a good way to arrive here because I was talking with you guys and with Tal and you were more experienced, so I chose to come to Phuket Island first.
Yep.
And the hostel I was staying at offered me a free transfer from the airport.
Which was right next to the airport,
right next to there. It took me like 5 minutes.
It's a lot less stressful than arriving at Bangkok airport, which is one of the busiest airports in the world, that airport is really chill and like 5 minutes away you can stay in a hotel and then walk 5 minutes from there to the beach, right?
Exactly.
Even though Phuket is not the place that we'd recommend as like a cultural place where you're gonna like really have like the experience that we're talking about with Thailand and stuff like that all the time, but it's a good sort of place to just land.
I think so too. I had the beach, so I had this part of the island enjoying the beaches and the greenery, and my hostel was actually inside of a national park, so that was very wild, and yet I had a chance to experience the Phuket Old Town as well. I took a taxi, I took Grab and went there one night. I went to the night market there, so it was pretty nice to kind of get a taste of both sides of Thailand. I avoided the like very, very popular and like
sleazy parts. Exactly. So obviously like we were talking about it for months before you came and you had sort of high expectations. How did those expectations match the reality now that you're here?
Yes, that's a very good question. The reality is actually a bit better than my expectations because first of all, I was expecting it to be much more humid than it really is. I had a transfer in Oman and Muscat, and when I exited the plane there, it was so humid I could barely breathe, really. It was so heavy, but I was expecting it to be the same or even worse in Thailand. But when I landed in Thailand, it was pretty nice. It was very warm, it was humid, but it was not too bad. So this was like one expectation that turned out to be better than the reality that turned out to be better than expectation. I expected a lot more bugs, honestly. I mean, so far it
maybe
was...
some snakes.
Some snakes, some bugs, some Scorpios or whatever, but some lizards. There are lizards, but they're really cute.
Yeah.
So not that many mosquitoes. I was expecting a lot more tourists, but so far the places where I went, there were not like filled with tourists. Also, like the prices, everybody's saying how cheap it is, and for me, coming from Serbia, it's kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
Some stuff are more expensive. Some
maybe
stuff
alcohol
are
is more expensive, and like a meal at a basic restaurant would be cheaper. Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. and communication. Like I was expecting the communication to be like maybe a bit easier, but I think that's just the cultural differences that we have, and I feel like it will get better in time. Like not exactly like speaking English, I'm not like talking about language, but just like I don't know, like the way you communicate with people. But so far so good.
The subtext, the stuff below the stuff below the communication that's not spoken or something like that. Yeah, it's different here, and you can't expect to understand everything about the people and their customs and what's going on in their heads when they're interacting with you within a week, but that stuff grows over time all the time.
And I'm happy to explore it more. So far, I've noticed people to be extremely helpful and extremely polite, and that's weird for me. I'm not used to that, you know. I mean, I was living in Turkey, and I am from Serbia, and people there are very straightforward. They're very energetic, and here they're polite and helpful.
And how does the culture make you feel in that environment with the people and the exoticness of being on, you know, the other side of this massive landmass that is the Eurasian continent, you know, like thousands of kilometers away from home? How does that make you feel? Is it sort of freeing in a sense?
I want to tell an anecdote, a short anecdote about a similar topic from our South African friends that came actually to visit Serbia, and we were talking about from where they came from, like it's so far away, and we were talking about travel and neighboring countries, and Ruben, a South African friend, said, "Oh yeah, it's like going to India," and he pointed up, you know. But for me, coming from Serbia, India is down, and like it's not, you know, when you see your position. So I feel now I'm even further away.
Way over there.
Way over there, even way over there from, like I'm past India. Like I'm so far from home that it's like, you know, it's amazing. It does feel freeing.
And it's easy to travel here.
It's easy, yeah. It's very easy.
And you feel safe.
I do feel safe overall. I'm using Grab, like the apps that I would use in Serbia, and actually, everybody feels safe. More safer than like any place that I went so far.
Awesome.
Safer, yeah.
Great. Well, we're currently sitting at my favorite salad restaurant, which is called The Salad Concept, which is here in Chiang Mai. So, do you want to try the salad?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, let's try the salad. We'll see. Continue the interview in a later segment. Okay folks, so we're back and we've moved to a really nicer, less noisy part of the restaurant here. And we enjoyed our salads. This is not a paid promotion for the salad concept, but I really like their salads. How was yours?
It was really good. It was amazing.
Would you advocate for the avocado salad?
Yes. Always.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, what does the future look like for you? You've got a t-shirt, just lean back so the future is bright.
Yes.
The future is bright and you feel re-energized. I know just from like the way that you feel like energetically that you're much lighter than when you were in Serbia. You look much happier. So what do you feel like you're going to be here for a while?
I hope so, yes. I hope so.
And do you feel like you could actually like make a home long term in Asia? I know you're still in the honeymoon period. You just got here, but
I was thinking about it today. Well, the honeymoon period in Turkey lasted for, I don't know, like 8 months.
8 months?
Yes.
That's, you were happy living in Turkey
I
when
was
you
really happy. Yeah.
when
And
you
it
were
was
like
Corona times also.
nomading in Turkey,
Exactly.
going around different places.
Yeah. So, but I hope that my honeymoon period with Thailand is going to last much shorter, so I would have a more realistic picture of it.
What do you mean realistic though?
Like for these things to be like more familiar to me, and not to be impressed by the novelty of it, but the actual thing. That's what I want.
Yeah, but okay, so I don't know. I'm still kind of in the novelty of Thailand, and the first time I came here was 5 years ago, and the novelty of Serbia kind of wore off in the last couple of years after like 10 years of being there, 15 years even. 15 years, wow.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't know. There's something about the novelty of a place that's fresh and everything's exotic and sort of like really has a playfulness about it, and you're really intrigued and all that sort of stuff. Growing as a human being from the different culture, from the different vibes, from the different sorts of emotions that you get from the culture and all that sort of stuff. And then there's also like having a routine and setting up a routine and finding a way to make the place work for you long term. And yeah, one thing that didn't work for me in Serbia was the winter. I think if it was like this year round, always warm, you know, I could deal with the rainy season. I just can't deal with like freezing my nuts off for like 6 months of the year sort of season.
So what's the longest you've been in Thailand, and do you see yourself making your home here?
The longest I've been in Thailand ever since, yeah, it was from December 15th last year until April 30th last year, something like that. And so 4 months. And yeah, I do see myself making this one of my bases, but a lot of the stuff that I want to do is kind of Eurocentric, you know, being a person of European descent or whatever. It somehow clicks, but I don't know, when I went back in May, it just kind of felt off after spending, you know, 4 months on the island of Koh Phangan and having a lifestyle there that's just like super relaxed, like everything's easy. And then going back to the city, first I had 4 days stopover in London, which was like treacherous because it was 11 degrees and like it's London, it's like frustrated, it's noisy, it's stressful, it was cold at the start of May. Then I went back to Belgrade, and even that started to seem really aggressive, like honking horns and stuff like that. But then I went and stayed in the countryside, in the place I have there, for a few days, and that was like the reset. And then I felt fine in Europe after that. But yeah, I can view myself having this as my base, like spending most of the time here in Thailand. But you know, in terms of the music I want to do, and in terms of the sort of internationalism I want, it still has to have Europe in my life. Whereas, like, you know, I still feel about Canada. I haven't been there for 3 years. Like the country I grew up in, like I still feel like, no, that place can just like vanish and it won't change my life. But you know, Europe has something special for me, especially Central Europe. And I'm going to continue to go back there, but this is my home now. So, but everybody has to find their own course, and everybody has to find their own thing. And it's just really great to see you here and see you have like a sparkle on your smile that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. And I don't think if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. First for convincing me.
Yeah.
And it didn't take much actually, but it just took me to change my mindset and to have the resources and opportunity to do so. But like you said, like the hardest part is getting to the airport.
Yeah.
So
after that, it's just like, all right,
that's true,
it's
yes.
done. It's as good as done.
Exactly.
I'm there.
Yeah, that was the hardest part. Like getting the visa, getting the money, getting everything in order to get there, buy the ticket, and all this technical stuff. It was like muscle work, you know. It was like.
Yeah, you had to get a visa, but it's worth it, right?
Yeah, it's not much of a hassle. Everything was pretty
It was
straightforward.
just submitting some papers.
Exactly, yeah. And saying goodbye to my passport for 2 weeks and sending it off to Greece. But right now it's not like that actually. You can do everything online. So
Yeah.
if you're in Serbia, you want to come to Thailand, it's very easy. You can do everything electronically.
Cool. Awesome.
So yeah.
And remember that song that I wrote? It was in 2009 I wrote the song. It was called Little Slavic Girl. And then there was the lyrics were like, come on little Slavic girl, let's go see the world.
That's me now.
This is something that really inspired me for a long time to actually take somebody from a country like Serbia. And that song was based on experiences talking to young women in Serbia and how they wanted to travel and stuff like that. And well, today we're sitting together here. I mean, I've known you for
11 years.
11 years now, and since we met in 2011. And today I can really say that you've got something about you which is maximum Kristina. So
Yes.
welcome to Asia.
Thank you.
Let's go see the world. Let's go check out some stuff together in Chiang Mai. Okay, here we are on the streets of Chiang Mai, so let's take a walk and see what's going on. Up, here we go. Crossing the street in Thailand can always be like a little bit of a challenge. Let's see if we can survive here, folks.
Okay, no hesitation, no hesitation.
No hesitation, all right.
Yes.
All right,
If you
so
want to survive, no hesitation.
if you want to survive, I want to survive. I'm a survivor.
Snooze, you lose.
All right, so how do you feel walking down the street here? I mean, what's kind of like the magic that you feel in the Thailand sort of like environment? What's different than Europe? What
Pretty more relaxed.
have you gotten used to it yet?
I feel like I'm getting used to it slowly.
Yeah.
But since I'm moving every 3-4 days, I still feel like the difference from like Koh Phangan to Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
It's still different, even though it's Thailand. But the common thing is it's really relaxed.
Yeah.
Everybody's minding their own business. Everybody is minding their step. They're minding what they're doing. They don't want to step on your toes. They're very considerate, and I really like that because I feel like it matches my personality with the boundaries and everything.
It matches where you are, I think, and what you need for the next. This is what I felt. You know, I lived in Serbia, your country, for a long time, and that was what I needed at a certain point in my life. But now, I need Thailand. I need a little bit more peacefulness in a culture, less aggression.
Exactly.
And so you really feel that here, don't you?
I really do. Everywhere. On the streets, in the cafes, in the restaurants.
The motorbikes don't annoy you, the sound of them going by, vroom, 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 vroom,
No, I
all
don't
the
even
time?
notice it. No, I don't even notice it that much until you just told it now. But the only stressful time is crossing the street, and that's it. After that, you're good. I don't feel unsafe at any point. I didn't feel unsafe. So.
But even that proceeds with a certain sort of like peacefulness and harmony, the way that you cross the street here, right?
Maybe like you have to be in tune with the traffic completely to be able to cross because nobody stops.
Nobody stops here. It's not
nobody
like
honks.
this European system where they see you and they're supposed to stop, and then there's negotiating whether they're actually going to stop, and that's Serbia.
Yeah, exactly.
But here, I mean, they actually like just keep going. But if you go for it and cross the street, the universe provides, and you actually get to
Exactly. Almost magic.
survive.
But look here now, it's really peaceful. There are no cars, there are no motorbikes.
Yeah, show us.
Very different also architecture, so nice. Every street has something different to offer, and you can I didn't get bored for the like 1 week that I was here. Never, not a minute. So that's pretty nice.
What's the most novel thing about walking down the street for you?
Well, the architecture, the surrounding, the fact that people are driving on the left side, so I have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Just the vibe and the peacefulness of it. It's so weird. I like to.
Do you feel like people here have
get
less
used to.
problems, or you're just less in tune with their problems?
Yeah, I feel like I'm less in tune with their problems. I believe they have problems. I know that there can be like some pretty serious protests here that can turn violent. and
Problems,
stuff.
whatever, yeah.
I believe they do.
There's police, there's violence.
No, not here. Not here. No.
I don't know, you
But
hear
in
about stuff
general.
happening. And,
Exactly, yeah, you
But
hear.
on the whole, it seems like a pretty peaceful place, doesn't it?
It does seem to us, but I feel like we're very isolated. I mean, at least I am from the rest of the locals, because I didn't meet anybody, so far that I can sit and talk with them and they can tell me, okay, what their life is really like here.
Yeah.
So I
That's
think this
definitely-
is contributing to the peacefulness that we feel, as foreigners here.
Yeah, but as a foreigner in Serbia, for example, you do talk to locals and they do tell you about their life, and they start complaining really quickly about their lives. And
That's true. And there's no
Here you don't get
violence
that.
in the street also. You don't hear people arguing in the streets. You don't see like fights or some quarrels or whatever. But in Serbia you do see it a lot. In Turkey as well.
little arguments, little people getting like
Waving their arms around.
yeah, and like Yeah, that's not nice. Yeah,
No, that's not
but you can
nice.
kind of respect
That's
the
worse than
authenticity of it. But do you think people here are repressing their anger and their rage and stuff like that?
Probably a little bit.
All right, let's go.
But not to an extent that it's harming them. I'm just guessing because I feel like they're raised in such an environment and culture that like their parents are like this and they're like this, and I don't think they are really being harmed a lot,
Yeah?
even if they are suppressing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just nice, peaceful life.
Yes.
Awesome.
So far so good. So far so good.
All right, well, the sun's going down here in Chiang Mai, and yeah, it's Friday night. Let's check out the city. So folks, everywhere in Thailand, they drive on the left side of the street, except for this street. Strangely enough, on this street, they drive on the right side of the street. It's pretty wild. What do you think of that, Kristina?
It's unreal.
Pretty strange. It makes you think like there might be an error in the computer program of the matrix that you're inside right now. Like, this is not real. Like, why would a country do this? And then this guy suddenly just starts driving over a bunch of lanes and pretending he's... I don't know, folks. It's a strange, strange world, but on this street they drive on the right side of the road.